And good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Neely Effects. My name is Michael Neely, and this is the channel where I talk about foreign exchange trading, prop firm trading, and hopefully making money doing all those things. With that, I say hopefully because it is not a guarantee that you're going to make money trading forex. Throw that out there, and throw out there the risk disclaimers. We'll talk about that in about now. Okay, that goes something like this. We have the risk disclaimers right here. This channel is for educational and entertainment purposes only and does not constitute trading or financial advice. I'm a professional trader, not a broker, trading my own capital. I'm also an aspiring funded prop firm trader with a couple of companies in England, Destiny Capital and FXify. And also possibly a couple of firms down the road too. Forex trading is highly speculative and I missed one. I do not solicit funds, manage client accounts, nor do I hold CFTC or NFA registration at this time. I have held NFA registration in the past. Where am I? Forex trading is highly speculative with a high risk of losing some or all of your investment capital. Only trade in funds you can comfortably afford to lose. And here's the CFTC risk disclosure. Forex trading carries a high degree of risk and may not be suitable for all investors. The high degree of leverage can work against you as well as for you. Before trading Forex, consider your investment objectives, experience, and risk appetite. You could sustain a loss of some or all of your investment capital. And thank you for bearing with me and my voice. I've been under the weather for the past week, and my voice has not come back yet. However, I am very much looking forward to my voice coming back. It makes it a lot more effort to talk. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on this week. First, we have elections in Japan happening tonight. The lower house elections. I'm not sure what their political structure is or anything like that, so I don't know what that means. However, it does mean that if the new prime minister wins a supermajority, as it says right around here, then that means that we're going to see a lot of volatility in the dollar versus the yen. Now, what happened when she won was the dollar versus the yen surged, and the yen, I don't want to say crashed, but the yen really pulled back. That's also did that across the board. The euro versus the yen, pound versus the yen, Canadian versus the yen. So we may have some opportunities to continue that run. However, the yen is also up against some that 157.22. I've only got about 200 pips more before the yen, before the BOJ starts considering possibly having a history of intervention around the 160 mark. So we'll see if that happens. In the meantime, let's go ahead and get into our weekly events for this week. And let's see what we got on the board for today. So here we have the lower house elections in Japan. That might create some stuff. Some volatility. In fact, it's a red impact. Monday, not a whole lot going on. Whole bunch of stuff going on. Whole bunch of people talking. At the European level, and some Fed speak. Bostic is going to speak too. So that's a coin toss. You never know what's going to happen with that and how the markets are going to interpret it. Here we have U.S. Retail sales and core retail sales coming out on Tuesday. Ooh, look at this. Non-farm payroll on Wednesday. Yay. How exciting is that? We've got NFPs coming out on Wednesday instead of Friday. And then we have British GDP coming out on Thursday. Monday, unemployment gains, which has really been a nothing burger for many years now. And then CPI and for Switzerland. And the American CPI coming out on Friday. So we got lots of stuff coming out this week. Let's see if we've got coming out as far as, let's go to charts. DXY. Let's go back to the weekly real quick. This is not going to take a whole lot of time. We'll take some. Look at that. Look at that craziness. So this is the weekly DXY. Got a great big doji right there. So we're going to be looks like we're going to be going into a period of dollar strength, possibly. Could be just be considered being range bound between 97.68 and 94.42. So we'll see what happens with that. Oh, my voice is starting to clear up a little bit, maybe. So all the daily, I don't have any trend lines in here. I should have one about right there. I think we're going to put a ray in there. I don't know what that means. So Means we'll call it the June 2025 weekly close. One thing we could call it, because that seems to be a period of recurring support. So we'll call this the 2025 weekly low close. Because back here it was a low, not a high. And that bounced right off of that level too, which is right here at 97, right 97 proper pretty much. What is the number exactly? I have it on Smart Grab, so yeah, 96.98. So that's a very, very strong number to hold on to right there. Could consider that going higher, and that would mean that the euro versus the dollar is going lower this week, perhaps. So here's the euro versus the dollar. I'm staying away from the euro versus the pound. It's just kind of a pain. Look at that. The weeklies. 118.47, and it does not want to give that up either. Does not want to go higher than that for some reason. So we'll call that the... Let's go ahead and throw that in there, because you never know what that's going to mean. So we'll call this the... January 26, 2026 weekly high close. And the reason why I leave that as 2026 is because it's that couldn't change as we go down the road. For example, I go down to a daily chart. I want to know what that number is, because then if it goes above it and it starts coming back down, I'm going to want to get underneath it, because it will tend to come back down underneath and into that area. So it's a lot of buying structure right there set up. We'll see if we can complete it and get over that 118 mark, or 118.50, 118.47, somewhere around in there. This is what a lot of people are going to have their eyes on. A lot of selling structure right here, set up above it, as it typically goes up above that. On the weekly level, do want to put that in there and see what that number is indicative of. We'll call that the 2024 weekly high, weekly, what is that? Oh, go back here. Yeah, we'll do that. 2024 weekly high close is what we'll call that. Weekly high close. I erased all my lines, so it's I'm gonna have to write some of these back in here. So the weekly high close is something that's that we want to pay attention to and where it's going, because if it gets up above that, then we'll see where it's going after that. Again, if anywhere, because it's not a guarantee that the technical analysis is not 100% perfect, and I'm not what I'd call the best technician in the world. I'll watch the best technicians of the world on Monday and Tuesday. That would be James Stanley and Michael Boutros, both with Forex.com, and I do have live accounts at Forex.com. So those are good guys. I've been watching them for a few years now. Got a lot of sell structure set up right here for the USD and the yen. However, with the event risk taking place right here, that could just blow right through that, as we've seen in the past. For example, this is when she won, when the current Prime Minister won. Tanichi, is that her name? What is her name? Takaichi? Takaichi? I think it's Takaichi is how you pronounce that. Oh, well, this is, well, it's even more apparent on here. Or is it? Well, no, it's not apparent at all. Oops, never mind. No, it's on the daily chart where you can really see it. Periods where she won. I think right here is one of them. October 25th. October, yeah. That's going to be one of them right there, because I got beat up on that one pretty bad. And then again, had some more stuff going on there, the more political stuff going on in over there again, in Japan again. And here we have, well, we're getting kind of ahead of ourselves, but that's what we could see with the pound yen. And the pound yen is going to be the one to trade on that, not the dollar yen. The dollar yen is somewhat languished right now. Pound versus the dollar. Not a whole lot going on here. I don't like the way that candle set up against this one. It did not complete the follow through. So we're looking at lower low, not quite lower lows yet, but lower highs. Right in this period of buying, so we could see a lot of buying structure happening with the pound versus the dollar this next week. Pound versus the yen again. What I'm looking at is watching this blow through 216 today. Now, I don't know if that's going to do that or not. It depends on the election results in Japan, which will come out later on tonight, I think, because their markets open at 8 p.m. our time. That's actually 8 a.m. their time. I think they're 12 hours behind. I think Tokyo is 12 hours behind New York. So that's exactly on the other side of the world. So that's going to be the thing to watch is the European elections. Euro versus the pound, same thing. Looking for it to blow through its high right here of 186. That I think is the pretty much all-time high. Oh, that is a weekly high right there. How about that? So it just blew through this area, which was the previous weekly high. That's a strong showing for the euro versus the yen. That may be the pair to watch too. Dollar versus the CAD, not a whole lot going on here. Just kind of hanging out. Can't get really excited about the dollar versus the CAD. It's just not going anywhere. Don't see anything that could actually set it on fire either. We have this 136.74 right here. CAD versus the yen. It's another one to watch. This one is has been tied to the oil trade. It's not a really strong correlation anymore. Or lately has not been a strong correlation. Maybe if the oil market sets on fire again, then we could see a little bit more of it. But the oil market is really not that great either right now. It's just, a few dollars, but not. It's not like the when we had $150 a barrel crude back under several years ago. And no one was freaking out then. That's a weird part. I don't remember anybody freaking out about $150 crude. But now everybody freaks out about 70. I don't know. Let's see. Dollar versus the Aussie versus the dollar. Again, starting to see it develop a downward channel right here with lower highs and lower lows. So we could see maybe a good opportunity to short between 70 and down here and about the 68.7 level. So it's possible. Gold. A lot of people were saying that was that it was the 2026 weekly high close. That's not true. This is not the weekly high close right here. Weekly high close was one candle before that at 49.86. So that's the weekly high close. But this is still just the powers that be do not want to see $5,000 gold. Or it could be the completion of the currency debasement trade. I doubt it because not with the way the governments are continue to spend recklessly and with reckless abandon. Really, they're nuts. I don't know what's going on. They have no concept of economics whatsoever. Meaning politicians, and I don't care who you're talking about, Republican, Democrat. Until we start seeing a reversal on congressional spending, then it's not going to change. Platinum, palladium, kind of hanging out, not really doing anything. Silver, one of my favorites, but silver's gotten a major beat down lately. Right now, the high weekly close, 2026 high weekly high close, is right there at 103, and we're $30 below that. That's either it's setting up for a stronger run, which is highly possible, or it is just tired and about to, the powers that be are going to crush it by dumping a bunch of paper on it. I did see a video yesterday on that came out of, I think it's Great Britain, about an economist is saying that there's 400 times, or that we're 21 days away from March contracts coming due, and there's 430 million ounces of paper silver chasing 103 million ounces of actual silver, physical silver. Physical silver, I mean like this. That's physical silver. That's the Silver Eagle from the United States Mint. But the When that happens, it should decimate the silver market. Silver market should go through the roof at that point. We'll see what happens. We're not there yet, and we'll definitely keep our eyes open for it. So in the meantime, that's all I've got for today. That's all I've got for our weekly look ahead. Lots of fun things happening, including NFPs. So it should be an exciting time for trading this next week. NFPs on Wednesday. That's a treat, and we'll see what happens after that. So you guys have a great one. Thank you for checking out this channel. If you've watched it this far, if you want to see more of these videos, then by all means subscribe to the channel, and you'll be notified by YouTube on when I put them out. Also, what else? If you like the video, then by all means hit the thumbs up. And if you have any comments, then just comment in the comment section below the video, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. But in the meantime, you guys have a great one. Bye.